Hello everyone, welcome to another speedrun episode against Mist Abi, who aborts the game. Awesome. Okay, so Shavarsh, rated 1789, who plays the Sicilian against us. Let's just develop a piece towards the center. He brings out a knight. Let's develop another piece and try to control this square. He moves a pawn which opens up his bishop, but we're going to take his knight so that it can never abuse the d4 square, and then we're going to play d3. He creates this pawn mass in the center, and we're going to play f4, tilting our pawn structure a little bit towards his king side, so that we can maybe garner up some king side attack. He brings his bishop out this way, which is interesting, but I'm going to castle. This looks kind of cool. I like that. So he brings the bishop out. He's ready to castle himself. So we should probably continue developing our pieces. That makes some sense. So we bring our last minor piece out. He plays e5, striking out at the center. It's a weird move because it hangs a pawn, for starters. Also, pushing would be good for us. But what's his idea? I don't know what his idea is because these are double isolated now also. Super weird. I'm going to take the free pawn with this threat. And it looks to me like his position collapses unless I'm missing a tactic. No, he just defends the pawn. Super weird because he's rated at 1800. Why would he push e5 if he's just going to hang a pawn and lose afterwards? It's very weird. Anyway, let's continue. We could play a move like b3 because he does have stuff converging here, but I don't think it matters. Let's go queen f3. Just activate the queen towards the king. He develops his queen, threatens our knight, which we need to notice. But maybe we can improve a piece towards his queen, but then he'll probably go here. Maybe that's not, I don't want to like deal with all that. Let me move my knight to g4, which does a ton of things. It removes the defender of his king, also opens up this super important battery, also clears the line. So he just castles because he knows about everything I just said. We have moves like this, which are interesting. We have moves like this. If he tries to block, we can push the pawn. Maybe. So if we went here and he just moved his queen anywhere, let's say, randomly, does that do anything? Not sure I see that. I think I'm just going to keep bringing in more pieces. So, hmm. I wonder if you could give him this check. I guess he's not even forced to take. We could try this fancy move. See how he responds. It's a little unnecessary, but okay, it's a lot unnecessary. So he takes the knight. We take, which does pin the pawn, so we don't lose the bishop. He can go here, though. Okay, he goes here, but this is a blunder because now we have two things hanging, but none of them are capturable. He moves his king now. Both of them are capturable, but that's checkmate. How is that guy 1800? What? Okay, so let's go through the game. We play the closed Sicilian, which just means we're not going to push our pawn to d4. He develops a piece, we develop a piece and affect the center. And then we take that piece so he can never hop it in here and try to use that as a focal point for all of his play. Now we play d3 to create our pawn chain that we know ahead of time we want to do with f4 and d3. Now we develop towards the center and prepare castling. King safety and development. We're just checking off the most obvious moves. He just makes a developing move. Boom. Most obvious developing move. Engine says it's a mistake. Who cares, right? Makes no difference. Um, we're getting our pieces out. We don't need to win the game. On move 5, he plays e5, and now it just looks like free stuff. He takes, we take, and now it says we're plus 1.5 and higher from here on out. So he collapsed his own position for no reason and gave out material. Um, Again, computer says stuff like this mistake. Who cares? Just ignore it. We're developing a new piece. We're adding pressure. There's 3 things. There's an X-ray. We can swing it over. It comes with a lot of ideas. Clearly a good move. Okay, we'll say forced response because the knight was hanging. And again, now this move was admittedly unnecessary. So I'll accept this mistake, but it's not even a mistake. It's just a fun move that's unnecessary. The thing is, he doesn't have to take it, which he didn't. And he takes here, we take back. And it says white's plus 1.5, just a better position. We're up our pawn, his structure's worse. We don't even need to do anything against the king, that's the whole thing. Because our position is just better. If everything was traded, these pawns would just be a huge weakness, and we would have an extra pawn on one of these files. But then he immediately blunders, and then he blunders mate. So he just he just collapses entirely. So that was fun. Just get your pieces out. Moral of the story. Good luck in your chess. See you in the next one.